Welcome to the Black and White Station. At this station, we are going to explore the prompt analysis process for the extended constructed response, also known as ECR. So let's take a deeper look. There are two types of writing that you're going to do. You're going to need to write an SCR and an ECR. So what's the difference? Well, notice that both of them have CR in the acronym. CR means constructed response. When you construct something, that means build it. So you are building a response based on something you read. Now, the SCR is short. That's what the S stands for. It is a short constructed response. The expectation is about one paragraph, maybe 3 sentences. And the reason that we say 3 is because you'll need to include a claim, evidence, and reasoning. Now, the E in ECR stands for extended. It is an extended constructed response, meaning that it's going to be longer. The expectation is about 4 paragraphs, so at least about 20 sentences. You need an introduction with a thesis statement, and that's going to contain 2 claims. We're going to use those claims to write our body paragraphs. Body paragraph 1 is going to be about claim 1. It's going to include evidence from the text and your reasoning. Body paragraph 2 is going to be based on claim number 2. It is also going to need to include evidence from the text and your reasoning. Then we wrap it up with a conclusion where we restate the claim and end our essay. This is what we're going to be working on at this station. We're going to look at how to plan for your extended constructed response so that everything flows and goes together well. The reason this is the black and white station is because when something is in black and white, it is clearly written and easy to understand. When writing a 4 to 5 paragraph essay, we want to make sure that our response is clearly written and easy to understand. The first and most effective step to making that happen is to analyze the prompt. A prompt is where you are told what to write about. Let's look at an example. The prompt for the extended constructed response will include telling you what text you're writing about, and then it's going to tell you what to explain, or argue, such as explain how acquiring the loft room changes Thea. And then it's going to remind you to write a well-organized informational composition or argumentative composition that uses specific evidence from the excerpt to support your answer. And it'll also give you a list of reminders of what to include and reminders to go back and check your work, and that list will be provided beneath the prompt. So let's take a look at how to use the prompt analysis process. So first, let's take a look at the prompt. Read the excerpt from the Song of the Lark. Based on the information in the excerpt, write a response to the following. Explain how acquiring the loft room changes Thea. Write a well-organized informational composition that uses specific evidence from the excerpt to support your answer. Remember to clearly state your thesis, organize your writing, develop your ideas in detail, use evidence from the selection in your response, and use correct spelling, capitalization, punctuation, and grammar. The prompt analysis process is going to help ensure that you meet these criteria. So step 1, we've got to look at what do they want you to do, the verb. And typically this is going to be they want you to explain something or argue your opinion about something. So we're going to write verb. What do they want you to do? And we're going to pick either argue or explain based on the prompt. Once we know what they want us to do, we're going to say what is the big overall question your essay will answer, and how will you break that question apart into 2 body paragraphs. So we've got to look back at the prompt It says, explain how acquiring the loft room changes Thea. So what is the big overall question? How am I going to break that down into body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2? Now I'm going to draw a 2x2 chart and add my claims and evidence to those questions. I need evidence from the text and my claim, what I think is true, right? The right answer based on that evidence. I'm going to answer body paragraph 1's question in the first row. I need evidence to use in my first body paragraph, and then my claim based on that evidence. Now I'm going to take the second question, and I'm going to find evidence to answer that question, and then I'm going to answer that question with my claim. I'm going to add these two together, and that brings me to step 4. I'm going to combine those two claims into a thesis statement. I'm going to answer the big overall question by combining claim 1 and claim 2 in a complete sentence. Doing this process will help you create a clear structure for your essay. Make sure your thesis matches your body paragraphs. It's going to provide you with thesis, claims, and supporting evidence before you even start writing. And it also provides structure. You already have your thesis. You just got to add a lead in. You also already have body paragraphs 1 and 2. You have your claim and your evidence, so when you write, you just have to add your reasoning or explanation. And finally, you basically already have your conclusion because you already have your thesis. And again, you just need to add a wrap up and restate your thesis at the end.